Fantastic. Welcome everybody. Now we're going to start off the speeches tonight with Christelle's father, Geoff.
Thank you. This is my bit. Before I commence, I'd just like to say what a fabulous wedding.
So far, so good.
Before she got where she was, Christelle was obviously a little girl, and she arrived in a hell of a hurry. 1 September, in fact her birthday coincided with 9/11, which she often claims ruined her 21st. But she arrived very, very quickly. One day, I didn't even make it to the birth. I was sadly held up in traffic, and I don't think I've ever been really forgiven for that. That was one of the things that happened. She had a normal little girl's childhood. Some would say that she was spoilt. I don't think that's really the case. All little girls are spoiled, but she soon showed an aptitude for reading, at a fairly early age, and I guess that was the forerunner of things to come. She used to visit Simon's kindergarten, and she learned to write Simon's name before he did.
What an idiot.
She was also a lot neater, of course, which, if you know her brother, you know that's not such a difficult thing to be. She also, by the stage as she grew a little bit older, she loved her reading, she loved creating her stories, and we as a family were very enthusiastic supporters, or three of us were, of the fledgling West Coast Eagles team, and we'd go to the matches. Jeremy and Simon and I barracked very hard while Christelle sat and read a book.
Yeah.
So in Glen, she's found her ideal soulmate. No sporting entered into whatsoever.
I think it's physically
She would
incapable.
sit there and ask how much longer the game had to go.
Tennis.
I think I took her once to the cricket, my beloved cricket, and that was never to be repeated again. Total failure. She went on to school and on to St Mary's, and teenage Christelle was a busy girl. She really was. There was no conga line of boys waiting outside the front gates or down at the shopping centre. But she did have Simon's friends, Simon's colourful collection of mates who teased her mercilessly. But she soon developed her verbal skills to cope with them. They would. Christelle's legendary birthday sleepovers were something to behold. They were measured by the decibel level of the screaming, and particularly when Simon and his friends raided it after midnight or threw her in the pool in their pyjamas. But she coped. They'd also embarrass her by turning up to school in this battered yellow Tirana that used to belong to my father, with Simon driving with a couple of legs hanging out the back window, just designed to make her feel bad. I think the only thing that infected Christelle was some of the staff at the school might have wondered a little bit about her acquaintances. But in the midst of that, there were difficulties arose, and she had a series of shoulder and ankle reconstructions, which were as a result of her hypermobility, and she bore that with remarkable courage, because they were seriously difficult operations, and she really did well to stand those. She also became a remarkable negotiator, because she convinced her mother and I that she should accompany her brother on a trip to Europe, Italy in particular, and that she sold it on the basis that it would improve her Italian language skills. And I had my doubts, but I couldn't see anything really wrong with it, until I got a phone call at 2 a.m. one morning to say that they were at the docks at Athens. Now, I don't remember her having Greek on her syllabus at school, but Simon explained they were just heading for a quick 2 weeks in the Greek islands. Now, I really have never inquired what happened there. Christelle claims Simon tried to sell her a couple of times for alcohol, but I refuse to believe that. I think it's a myth. And so she finished the school and had a gap year in England, and she returned to Australia, and once more she negotiated going to Sydney to UTS. That was a far better university. The universities in Perth were no good. Besides, she could look after her brother and make sure he never got into any trouble. So I think, you know, her life in Sydney was where she met so many of you people here today that have come, you know, and they were exciting times. Jamie and I visited a couple of times a year, but everything was sanitised by the time we got there, so we never really saw anything of note. But all along the way, Christelle's goal was very firmly in front of her. She knew what she wanted to do and where she wanted to go, and she continued to study despite having a good time. There were family trips to Italy where we all met, and it was fabulous to exist with Christelle in Italy, where the language and everything and the eye rolling to the waiters all worked wonderfully well. And her description of Jamie and I as children with money was all roles reversed. We became the young children, and they were in control. And it was a refreshing moment for us. But that all passed, and she continued to go on. And around about 6 years ago, she met Glenn, and everything changed. And you would think that at that point, Christelle had met someone that was on her wavelength. They shared the same creative thoughts, and they just seemed to gel together. And you've witnessed what you've got here today. You know. And it's known by most people that a short time ago, Christelle graduated. We don't know if it's the last time. We don't know. Dr. Christelle Davis. And for someone like me who barely exited kindergarten, I'm quite amazed, you know, that she's managed to accomplish that. It's a fabulous feat. I think somewhere along the line, there's probably a book from Christelle. It's probably half written somewhere in the back of that unique creative mind, but it'll be in her terms and in her own time. I just want to conclude and ask you to toast her to our beautiful, talented, creative, caring and smart daughter. May your future be boundless. May whatever you want to do be successful, and you go forward together. So, Christelle, to you.
Thank you very much, Geoff. Yes, I would like to take this opportunity to admit that I did try and sell my sister for drinks. Unfortunately, there was no takers. This was not the only time that I tried. Your entrees are being served now. Please enjoy.
All right.